Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sharia Maurice and I like sharing videos on how you can simplify your homeschool to save you time, money, and your sanity. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, then be sure and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the little bell icon so that you can be notified of my newest videos. And if you'd like to get a behind the scenes look at our homeschool, you can follow us over on Instagram at the Sharia Maurice. Now I will say that I'm currently on a break from Instagram right now, so you won't see anything from me there. It is our summer break for our homeschool, so we're not even doing school, so you're not really missing much there. But I have been MIA on YouTube for a while, and so today I wanted to share with you kind of an update on my channel and our homeschool and just where I'm at with everything. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, then hit that thumbs up button and let's get right into it. If you've been following me for a while, then you will have noticed that I haven't been on YouTube, and the reason for that is that I very often like to take breaks from social media. I'm on a break from Instagram right now, and consequently I'm now on YouTube. I do Instagram breaks very often. Wednesdays I'm never on social media at all, and then on the weekends I'm very rarely on social media, on Instagram specifically. I just don't like, I share a lot on social media, but I don't live my life through social media, and the temptation to compare and just, waste time scrolling is very high, and I recognize that, and so I don't want my time to be sucked away in that regard. So I'm very strict on my outlook on social media and my consumption of social media. So hence all of the breaks. So back in September of 2022, I went on a break from social media. It was my birthday month, and I just wanted to be, I want to be unplugged. So I decided to go for the whole month of September on a social media break, and that included YouTube and Instagram. Those are the two main platforms that I use. And so while I was unplugged on my break, I got to read a lot, and it was wonderful. I had all this time and we weren't doing school at that time, or it started that week that we weren't doing school. It was a break week for our homeschool. And so I was reading a lot, and I read this awesome book, and it really inspired me. And wouldn't you know it, I sat down and I wrote a book. That just sounds so crazy, but that's actually what happened. I just had the inspiration struck, and I sat down and started writing, and by the end of the month, I had a full book written. And that is the result of unplugging from social media in a nutshell. That's what happened. And so I just got so on a roll with this story that was just flowing out that I then sat down and continued to write it. And then suddenly there was another book formed. And so between September and December, I had written 2 books. And then in January, I wanted to get back on social media, so I started back up on Instagram, and y'all have been so sweet reaching out to me and, asking me if I'm doing okay, and you miss seeing my videos, and so I really appreciate your support and just following along on our homeschooling journey and stuff. And so I reached out back to most of you on social media or on Instagram and told you that I was busy and that we're still homeschooling, but it's just been, I've been focusing on another project, and writing my book was that other project. And so I'm just super excited to share that with y'all, because it happened out of the blue. I just unplugged from social media, and my inspiration struck, and I just started writing, and it just flowed from there. And so I credit, not having that time suck that is social media to give me all this other time to write. Now, I've always wanted to write. Whenever I was a kid, I loved reading books a lot. And so I knew whenever I was a child that I wanted to ultimately write a book one day. And it's just a matter of you want to do something, but then you actually need to do it. And that never happened for me until, God's like, here's the story, there's the words, put it down on paper. And so I did. I typed it out, and then here we are 3 books later. Yes, there's 3 now. Actually, I take that back. There's 4. Okay, so here's the thing. I sat down and I wrote this book, and I got the second one finished. I started writing the third one. At this time, I'm back on social media on Instagram, but not on YouTube. So that's why I've been gone from YouTube for so long, because editing videos, putting the thumbnails together, and doing all of those things take time. And I've been putting my time into writing these books. So as of this video, I now have 4 books. I'm almost done with the 4th book. And it's a series of books. And then it's going to be a 5-book series, which is just really cool. If you like fantasy romance, that's what it is. That's what I've been writing. And I do plan to share more about that on this channel in the future. This is a homeschool channel, so I'm going to keep it mostly to homeschool things, but this is also my life, and I'm sharing what we do in our lives with you. And part of what I did as a homeschool mom was unplug from social media and wrote a book. And so if you're anything like me as a homeschool mom, you like to read. Homeschooling families often read a lot. And so I read for pleasure, I read for school, I read for everything. And so out of that love of reading, I wrote a book. And so I want to just let you know that that's going to be some of the information that I'll be sharing on this platform with you. I'm going to keep it also to homeschooling things. In my next video, I plan to share a review and a recap of our last homeschool year. Since I said we're on our summer break now, we will be starting our new school year in July. So it's been a crazy whirlwind adventure since I started writing this book and doing homeschooling and all of the things in between. And so it was a lot to juggle. So I'm going to give you an update in the next video of just how the rest of our homeschool year played out since I started writing my book. And if you are interested in hearing more about my book, then you can check out my website. I do plan to post some things about it as well. I already shared the title of it there and the title of the series with you. And as of right now, I plan to get it published on Kindle in September. So this is all just very exciting for me. This is a journey that I'm starting. I've never published, I've never written a book, so this is all very new for me, and I'm excited to share it with you. And I hope that you're excited to follow along with me on this journey going forward. So I will leave a link for my website down below so that you can check that out. Be sure and watch out for my upcoming video on the recap of our last homeschool year. And then going forward, I will be sharing videos on homeschooling mostly with a touch of my book. So that is why I have been MIA on YouTube for so long, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that little bell so that you can be notified of my upcoming videos, and I will see you in the next one.